These turkeys, they seem to be having a great time. It's their time of year. And all the other little animals too moving around, even during the day. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smokies. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns here in East Tennessee. And you can see it's an old dreary day and kind of cool. It's still redbud. They're in full bloom. But I hope you all doing well. I'm doing so much better. I just have to take my time and don't overdo it. But anyway, these little animals sure know spring's are coming. They're just waiting on these 70-degree days. But they're coming. Here at the pond, it's up and down. The animals seem to love it. So I want you to relax, get your favorite drink, and let's see what our little friends has been up to this week. So let's get at it. Well, up in the ridge here, these deer seem like they want to be part of the camera too. They don't care. But they mosey around all day picking. They love these new sprouts. Everything's sprouting out. And they like to nibble on them. And they like to be camera hogs too, looks like. And they get right in front of the camera. Such beautiful animals. And they move around in these little herds, these does do. And they're working their way down the ridge into the field. But here's the ones that's really having a good time. Old Tom. He's wanting to chase the ladies around. Sometimes they act like they're hard to get. But they ain't gonna give up. It's that time of year. And they just follow them around. And these hens, they just go about doing their business. These toms, they just follow them, waiting for their opportunity. Gotta stay with the ladies. And they're kind of comical. They gonna make sure they don't miss out. They just follow them around. Ain't that comical? There's a coon out during the day. That's a rare event, but they do that in the spring, especially when they got young. And there's old Dirty Dan out strolling around out in the woods. He's just foraging too. And there he is coming up a path, making his round. That looks like old Ricky. It's in the area there. And he wants to say hi too. And there's old Yeller easing through. Back and forth. He hanging in there. Here at the tree. Old squirrels coming and going. That looks like Ricky too. And there's old Dirty Dan. He has to say hi. Moving on. He coming and going too through here. And up the rock, he has to make sure old Yaller ain't been up here spraying on his rock. And he's gonna turn in. But he's out on the patio, checking things out, relaxing, seeing what's going on in the neighborhood. And he's off again. And old Ricky, he's up here. He just loves this place. Loves this little log here. Loves it. comical. And the deer have to browse through new sprouts on Dirty Dan's bush. They're going to sample it too. And there's a rare sight of a coon during the day at the Rock Motel. They getting an early start, ain't they? They seem nervous though. And down at the pond, turkeys wearing it out. They love to scratching these leaves for worms and grub. They have a good time here. But the old Toms is following them hens around. Look at him in the background. He just hanging around. But they don't pay no attention to him half the time. But he'll never stop. And during the day, there's old No-Tail out checking the pond out. But it comes dark. They coming off the den trees, working their way down the ridge, seeing what they can get into. And they just come and go. And I don't know what he's got eating on here. Something he's picked up somewhere. Just watching and eating. But usually when they find something to eat, the whole family gets in on it. And they always watching out for each other too. So he knows what's out there. Old Coyote. That's a healthy looking one, ain't it? He's getting braver every time. Even when it's raining. He don't care. There's old Possum. Looks like Willie. Old Wet Willie. He's scrounging around too. He likes these in this warm weather, these night crawlers and stuff come up. He likes to get at them. There's old Fred out in the woods, passing through. But you know, I never filmed not one skunk this week. They're not moving around. They must be on their dens. And there's a good looking look at a doe real close. A little possum moving up the ridge. Looks like Willie. And at the tree, there's the south end of a coon scrounging for something. And up the Rock Motel, it raining. These coons are having a hard time. They're all crippled up. One's got a leg missing, tail missing. That one's got a foot hurt. There's old No-Tail moving through. And that looks like old Chubby Possum. Out making his round. And that looks like old Sidewinder there. I can't swear it, but it sure looks like it on a rainy night. Old Sidewinder, haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing good. The old coons down at the pond, they're down here all the time. And there's an old possum down here. Not much at the coons going on at the pond now. Come the crack of dawn, old squirrel's getting an early start, ain't he? But the deer's up moving around. Of course, they move at all hours. It don't matter. And they just move back and forth in this ridge. Browse here and browse there. You're liable to see them anywhere. And the old turkeys off the roost, we know they're having a good time. It's their time of year. The deer, they just relaxing, taking it easy. But it's time for the squirrels. They're always on the go, 24, loving it. Always looking, always trying to find that nut. And they're so comical. There's one hitting my camera. But they work hard all day long. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. Sorry, no skunks. They ain't moving around. So I want to thank you for watching. Tune in next week. So, God bless, take care, and I'll see you next time.